Okay, so the MLG is going great. MLG, TV comes along, and you guys figure out that there's opportunity. Just like on YouTube, anybody can be successful. Just on the internet, anybody can be successful. If there's a Twitch, there can certainly be a Mixer, the same way that it could be. What else was there? Some Sling TV or some shit, whatever. And so and then comes along MLG TV. Some people were like, well, why don't they just use, Twitch, right? When the question should have been like, why wouldn't they try to do what Twitch did? If I at the beginning said, well, why would I start a team if Team Envious already exists? Why don't I just move my players there? Why, like that competition is good in all aspects. Period. If FaZe wouldn't have climbed the ranks the way that it did during Modern Warfare 2, I would have never mentally evolved into saying, all right, we're getting our asses kicked on sniper montages. They're fresher. Let's focus on competitive. And if we would have never focused on competitive and focused on the nade shots and the Mercs and the Brambos and the big timers and the JCaps, the list goes on. We wouldn't be where we're at today. So again, competition is good. Period. And the only time the competition is not healthy is when the people you're competing against are complete fucking assholes, and there's something more there than just competition for competition's sake. When you guys decide, okay, you took MLG as far as you possibly could in your head. Obviously,
I wouldn't say that. I would say it was a mixed. We got there through mixed thought. Mm-hmm. There were some people inside the company who felt very strongly about it. There were some who were not convinced. Mm-hmm. Right. So the point was, we're spending a lot of money to produce these events and create this content, and it's really sticky. But we're putting it on a platform where it's hard to monetize, because at the time Twitch was not what it is today. Mm-mm. It was an 800-pound gorilla. Yeah. Now it's an 8,000-pound gorilla. But we had to do special deals with them around monetization, and you're like, oh, this is really tough. And so our sales team had some conversations about pre-selling stuff. And originally we were doing that where we would sell stuff and then roll it through their ads delivery system, but we weren't getting the tracking we need. This is not a knock on Twitch. Like we went head to head in some of this stuff, and there were times when they were out in market saying stuff about us and our guys were saying stuff about them, and which I wish we could have avoided. But that was like, hey, I gotta close the deal. I gotta get something done. And so what ended up happening was we got offers for very high pre-buy rates for video if we were delivering it ourselves, right? And so we struggled with how to do that. We put too much time and effort at a time when we were not like we didn't have as much capital on hand as we should have to do this. And I went out, and at this point we had raised a lot of money.
What's a lot of money?
$67 million total, excluding what Mike and I, our angel round, had done. And we raised this money in a short period of time. We raised the first 10, then we raised a bunch after that, and then over time we got some more. Yeah. And the board, I was like, yo, let's double down. I was like, if we can get over this next hump, we will be in a position to transact with Microsoft, I think. Mm-hmm. With Activision Blizzard, maybe EA, but that's not really. But it's just I had to list.
Yahoo.
I thought, Google. Yeah. Yahoo. Don't get me started on that, bro. So we went at it. It took development resources away from other areas because we were constrained. We got a product out. It kind of worked. It wasn't everything that some people inside the company thought it was, but it allowed us to do something very important. It allowed us to start to have a conversation with people about the fact that we controlled content plus distribution, right? So that's content is king, content plus distribution, King Kong, right? Mm-hmm. And so we have that now. Did we oversell it to ourselves? Maybe. Did we oversell it to some of our partners? Not maybe a tiny bit, but in that arms war, right? When we brought on a lot of the Call of Duty players, a lot of teams, and we were guaranteeing high CPMs and we were delivering those, but there became a frustration because there were still the pre-existing communities that existed on Twitch. People like Matt, for example, who'd built a channel. People, at Twitch getting in and saying to them, hey, come back to Flavor Town, which I get. We had to continue to ramp up spending, and they could just ride it out. So, but that eventually led to a situation where Twitch paid a very large amount of money for the Overwatch League content, right? Mm-hmm. Because
90 million, was it?
Yeah, because when you say, hey, we have the capability, We're not saying we're going to do it. We need to be made whole on this. And so it was early, wasn't executed perfectly, but it had to be done. And anybody who's spending money to produce their content on their own has the right to explore that. Learned a lot from that, man. Talk about fail quick. Like, learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I think, look, like I said, Twitch to us was so great in so many ways, but then it was a ceiling to it for us at the time. Now that ceiling, I look at Twitch, I don't see it. I think Twitch has handled a lot of that stuff. YouTube has done a lot of work, obviously on the gaming stuff with Ryan. I mean, Fwiz has done a great job, but they don't necessarily want to be the home for live esports, right? Because they're just like, oh, we got everything else,
everything,
literally.
Yeah. When you think, have you seen those graphs where you're like, this is Earth, this is the sun, this is star, and then this is the other star, and this is the other. That's the way I look at like the current the ecosystem that is gaming, right? You have Mixer, and then you have Twitch, and then you have like YouTube, which is the biggest. So to me, it's like, again, there's so much room. I mean, look at how successful Twitch is, even though they're not the biggest gaming platform for video or live or on demand. I mean, I don't think they do kind of on demand, right? Like they do some on demand, but it's not their focus. Core,
it's not their focus. And look, they'll evolve over time. I don't think that's a finished product. It can't be, but they Justin TV pivoted to Twitch, own it. League of Legends comes along, boom, right? Our events, ESL, IPL, all competing, throwing these huge events. So you have appointment viewing, boom.
Yeah.
Fast forward to Fortnite, boom. They can ride the wave of any big hit. Anything that comes out that's a cultural phenomenon, they're set up to do live. Now they've pivoted back where they've got a lot of the stuff that you used to see on Justin TV there. But the difference is that it's a massive business, and they can actually monitor it better than they could back in the day. So I think it's fascinating to see. Gaming was the hook.
Yeah.
And then it took them out of this generalist thing, and now they're going back where they can have some of that back. YouTube, similarly, right? Music, number one on YouTube, and probably will always be because like people just want to put on playlists. Gaming, number two.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, I want to be a YouTuber. What should I do? Let me think. Can I play music? No. Can I play video games? Yeah. Am I semi-funny? Yeah.
That's wild. So the thing about Twitch and the thing about MLG is that, culturally, I mean, and I like ESL, like they do a great job, but I don't ever see somebody walking around with an ESL hoodie the way that I see myself running around with the MLG hoodie or other people. Yeah. So you guys did a really good job of sort of creating this lifestyle brand that happened around that area, and it has to do very much with the early days of the first signed athletes to Red Bull. It has to do a lot with how many cans was T Squared on for Dr. Pepper?
182 million.
182 million cans had
bottled. Yeah, it was the 16-ounce individual sale bottles. So it wasn't even the ones that you like. Walmart sales of Dr. Pepper when he went on there like skyrocketed because they were individual. Like people would send in pictures of the conveyor belt, a checkout filled with these bottles. Yeah. Barack Obama's inauguration. There's a picture of him adjusting his tie, and T Squared's in the picture, bro. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
To this day, they still have those?
No, this was in like Time Magazine or Newsweek or something. Like it's a stock photo you can find. I can look for it online and show you later. Homie, Dr. Pepper, T Squared, and Mr. Barack up here. Like,
yeah, that's insane.